Hey, it's Tim, and today my plan of attack is to share something I haven't shared before. You're probably wondering, why is Tim walking around with a motor in a harbor? I usually do e-bike reviews, electric scooter reviews, but anything microelectric, I absolutely love. Let me just show you this. This is an e-propulsion. So we're talking electric motor. Electric motor for a sailboat, like a small dinghy, that sort of thing. Isn't that amazing? One of the things I absolutely love about boating is getting out in nature, seeing the world around you, being close to the water, love that. But there's something awful about going out on a boat, and that is when you turn on the engine, you can't hear anything. And this, it's not just light, it's about 40 pounds. With the battery, it's also deadly silent.
It was dead silent. Gorgeous.
That's right. Let's go take this thing out. Let's take this boat onto a boat, attach it to a boat, and we'll go around some of the islands, harass the local seal population, and just hear how quiet it is, and see if we can't sneak up on some, interesting sea dwellers out there. And if you're interested in this, I'm gonna put a whole bunch of information down below. I'm gonna share with you while we're out there what kind of power I've got, some of the really smart things on the design. There's one piece of the design which is just gonna blow your mind, and that has to do with the battery. I'm gonna share with you on that a little bit later. Anyway, let's get on board and fire it up. Well, no, you're not gonna hear anything. In fact, it's just gonna be quiet. Let's go. We're underway and we're having normal conversations. I've got Eric checking his emails. I got Greg behind the tiller, Captain Greg.
Yeah.
And we've got, look at this thing. We've got this great big vessel behind us. I can hear his motor.
That's interesting. We can hear them more than we can hear us.
I can't hear the motor here at all.
Yeah.
But I can hear that motor. So today I've been invited out by Oceans EV to check out the e-propulsion electric motor. Now we're cruising along right now. I'm here with Greg. I've got Eric behind with the camera. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Greg, for the invitation to be out here. This is Oak Bay. This is really Oak Bay.
This is paradise.
This is paradise. This is awesome.
What you get. This is a gift today, right?
This is, it's beautiful. It's sunny, and we're able to have a normal conversation.
Yeah, we're underway.
Super quiet.
Now we're getting a little bit of sound, but it's not from the motor.
No, it's from the.
It's just the water passing over the boat. Yeah, yeah.
It's so tranquil, and that's one of the things I absolutely love. Like, it's the one thing I don't like about boating is the sound. It's so annoying. And so now this is a 1K electric motor, and one of the things that's really cool about this is that just behind me here, to my left, we actually have the power. And what's actually cool is, like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen this, but if you're ever on a sailboat and you're trying to get out of the harbor, you typically have a 9.9 horsepower motor
outboard,
at the back, outboard. You might have an inboard, and they're smelly. There's fumes. If you run out of gas, you got to fill up the gas. You end up polluting if you spill any of the gas. And quite often, when I'm in the inner harbor, and you must see this all the time, you see oil slicks.
Well, it's not just that. So one of the things that with the flexibility of electric is the instant on. So what we didn't do today was have to run the motor for 15, 20 minutes before we left.
Right, to warm it up.
Yeah, we just,
you don't
what
have
we
to
did,
do that.
we just got on the boat.
You literally got on and he hit the gas, as it were. There, we got a bug there. You hit the motor and it's instant torque.
That's right. We didn't have to run it for a while. We didn't have to do anything. We didn't check. The battery was being charged on board because we got shore power. It was a simple plug. We popped it on and we were gone. So what it means is this boat with a quick rig, instead of leaving in 20, 30 minutes, we left in 5, right?
Yeah, we're done. We're out of here. Yeah, we're out of here. And what's really nice is you're able to, like, you've set the power here.
Yeah.
You get your hand on the tiller. You're able to navigate through the islands here, no problem.
Everybody's inside. So this is really important for me because leaning out, fine when it's calm. This is beautiful right now. Leaning out is absolutely fine, right? But when you come in, there's waves or a big boat passes by. This is a small boat, right? So it'll be rocky. One of the things I don't want to do is have anybody leaning out and also it does this.
Right. That's a security issue.
Yeah, that's a safety issue. So one of the things about this is when you get the fine grained control, you can see exactly both your battery, how much left, your run time. but you also can see exactly how much you're using. So one of the things we're doing right now, we've been using the engine for 12 minutes. We've got about 30% power. We're cruising at a great rate, but also we also know how long we have left. We've got about 4 hours left at this pace.
Isn't that crazy?
Isn't that crazy?
So we're chugging along here, what did you think, about 2 or 3 knots?
Between 2 and 3, yeah. Now it is calm. We have a little bit of flooding tide coming towards us. If it was dead, if we were in the lake, we'd be doing 3.5, 4 right now. But this is Oak Bay, right? This is the conditions you get.
This is absolutely lovely and tranquil. Now I'm really familiar with Oak Bay because I used to have a small boat that I used to leave up on the beach, and I had an electric motor, and it was gutless. It was a tiny little gutless thing, and I would have my 12-volt deep cycle battery at the front of the boat to balance off my weight.
Oh yeah, okay.
and then a wire that would go all the way back, which was not sketch at all, and it would go back to the motor. This is all closed. This is connected to the motor through Bluetooth, so you're not even.
No wires.
There are no wires.
Yeah.
And we just put this. I mean, this is just mounted with just like Velcro or something, and you've also got
A little safety cord, yeah.
which I just pulled.
Ha! The emergency off.
So did you notice?
Funny thing is, nobody noticed.
There's still no difference in sound.
There's no sound.
Is it on?
Wait a
or is it
minute.
on?
Wait a minute. Yeah, yeah.
So if we can plug that back in, that'd be great. Great.
Yeah,
So
we
we're
got some-
underway.
yeah.
And let's see. Fire it up.
And then it goes back. You have to recalibrate if it comes off. So basically,
okay.
what it won't do is default to full power.
Right.
So
That's
if you
kind
had
of a
done that,
safety issue.
that's right. So
You don't
go
want
back.
it at full power.
Yeah. So you come back, put it back on, get it to neutral, give it a second, and then you're away again.
Now, one of the other things I've noticed is there are other models. Now, one of the
Yes.
other models is more of a tiller style, where like it comes with its own tiller, and you could mount it on the back of like a rib or a small boat, a little
Yeah,
tender,
yeah.
that kind of thing. But it's basically the same kind of concept. But
Yeah.
one of the things that makes this different, and this is designed for sailboats,
Yes.
this has like, I love auto regen on my e-bike.
Hydrogeneration.
This has hydro regeneration. So basically what happens, if he's underway with a sail and this is off, it will actually charge the battery while he's booting around the
So after
ocean.
a couple hours sail, I come back with more power than I left with. So,
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. So that one of the things I was doing before. It's like, when I get back, I have to charge my battery. Then I
But
was
you
like,
don't.
Wait, it's 97%. It's okay.
It's charged up.
Yeah, it's fine. Now, there's some reality to this, of course. If you're doing 1 knot, it's corresponding power, right? You're not charging a lot. But if you're doing 4, maybe 6 knots, you're really putting power in the propeller, and you're putting power into your battery. And so when you're going out and have a nice day sail, a couple hours sail, you're charging your battery. There's 3 things that are really important about this. First of all, without the tiller, there's a whole bunch of racing boats, all the trimans, kites, and all that. The tiller won't fit in.
Right.
So this just slots right in it, and of course you got that, so that's great. Second, of course, battery charging is always an issue with people if you're offshore, if you're not plugged in, all that. That's one thing as well.
So this is the part I was talking about earlier, and this is the special part of the video. If you've got this far, hey, that's great, thank you. In fact, while I'm thinking of it, if you kind of like these types of videos where I review different microelectric solutions, make sure you subscribe to the channel. But what I'm gonna do right now, I'm not even gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. This is the battery. It floats. Isn't that amazing? It floats. Now I did put a little bit of a piece of string, as it were. There it is. Totally fine. I can go and plug that in and we'll keep going. If I have a solar panel on that.
Yes, you can do. No, actually, in fact, that's what I was just going to get to. The third thing is charging, right?
Yeah.
So you can have the solar panel on the deck. You can trickle charge and all that. But one of the best use cases is, we think for a lot of people, this is secondary propulsion, right?
Right.
For a lot of your bigger boats, what you can do, you can actually leave this motor in while your larger motor is going.
Right.
And you charge the battery when you're underway. So we've got some places like you're in blue water, big water, get the big motor out, right?
Explain blue water.
Blue water would be like,
Because this is
way
not
out.
blue water.
Yeah, that's right. We're kind of.
If we end up in blue water, we've done something wrong.
we'd be calling home. We'll be late for dinner. So if you're out there and you got the big motor going on your big boat, right?
Yep.
You leave this in, and then it's
Hydrocharging.
charging. That's right. So what you can do is actually use a little bit. It's a little bit using fuel, but you use the power of the boat
It's negligible.
That's the drag is negligible, right?
Yeah.
And so that's actually a great use case between islands if
Yeah.
you want to have all the power. And then when you're in an island or close, then you can go silent and you can be, happy.
But this, like, we're right now in some amazing fishing grounds. In fact, I'm going to be doing some fishing next
This is the
week.
flatties, is that right?
That's
So,
right.
Flatties,
Yeah. So if you like halibut, this is be a
like
spot to
halibut.
drop and jig for halibut.
Yeah. In
And
fact,
then you can actually, if you're going for salmon, you control.
yeah.
And
that's
you
exactly it.
control with this power at this speed,
Yes.
probably what, hours?
This says about 6 hours.
You make sure you don't reel in the leader. Go to the left. Stop.
Nice one. Because we're at
Isn't that crazy? 6 hours.
Yeah.
All from that little battery. That I was just with the motor that I was carrying up and down the dock.
Yeah.
To start the video.
That's exactly it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to continue on. I'm probably going to figure out a few things that I've forgotten to share. We're going to go harass some seals. I've
Find
already
seal
seen a
life.
few. Well, there's a couple just pop their heads up here. Enjoy the views. Have a Perrier. Something else maybe.
Yes.
And yeah, so far so good. And if you have any questions about this, about the e-propulsion motors, they have a bunch of different sizes as well. And if you do have any questions, put those down in the comments. I'll invite probably Eric to hop on to the YouTube channel and answer them for you. And if you happen to live in Victoria and you want to see if this is going to be a fit for you, Oceans EV is the name of the website. I'll put a link to that down below as well. Nice guys. I mean, they haven't drowned me. They haven't left me out here yet.
Yeah.
I guess
we
it
need to
depends.
get you home at least, right? 'Cause you're buying beers later, right?
That's right. Yeah. Or I gotta post the video as well.
That's right. Yeah.
Thanks very much indeed. I really appreciate it. Thanks very much, Greg. Thank you, Eric. But if I have any other sharp ideas, I'll probably add that after this.
Very good.